This is Ken Loomer, leader and drummer of the Ken Loomer Big Band, and I've gotten a lot of requests to showcase this particular drum set, which I only use once in performance with my big band. This is the Buddy Rich drum set number 80N, and this is with the very rare 14 by 26 inch bass drum. Most of the Buddy Rich kits that Slingerland sold had the 14 by 24 or the 14 by 22 inch bass drum. And all of my videos with my big band, I use the 14 by 24, except for the one I did last week, which I used this Buddy Rich drum set, which has the rare 14 by 26 inch bass drum. So let's continue with the tour. This particular model was made in 1977, and this is when Slingerland was using the 5-ply maple shell to make their drum kits. And it's each ply is thick, and it's made out of maple, and it has a beautiful tone. And if you want to see me play this particular kit, just go to YouTube and put in Slingerland 26 inch bass drum, love for sale, and you can hear this particular drum set. So let's continue with the tour. Of course, this is in the famous marine pearl finish, and what Slingerland did back then was they put a bluish tint to it to avoid it getting yellow, because the older models had the pure white and those would yellow. But with this particular version of the marine pearl, they put a blue tint to get rid of that problem. Like I said, this is a 14 by 26 inch bass drum, and of course what came standard were the two spurs, disappearing spurs, and it was done at a slight angle, so once it digs in, it just stays. I always liked these spurs, and I never had a problem with the bass drum moving. And as you can see in the hoop back then, they put in the pearl inlay, and of course all the models had the T-handles on the bass drum. And of course it has the famous Settle-matic tom-tom holder, as you can see right here. And I got the two arms, one for the ride cymbal and one for the splash. Now this particular splash arm is a Rogers, which is kind of rare. You don't see these particular splash arms anywhere. And of course it has the 9 by 13 small tom, and of course back in '77 I had the silver and black Slingerland badge, and it has the stick saver hoops, in which the hoops go inward. Just a classic look. And the snare drum I'm using on this particular model back then, it came with the Buddy Rich TDR 5.5 by 14 snare drum. And the TDR was the name they used for total dynamic response. And it's also the name of the strainer that they use. And the snares go all the way across the snare. And it's just a fabulous snare strainer. And I'm lucky that I got the famous stick chopper hoops, or the straight edge hoops. And it had 3 air vents on this. And this snare drum has an incredible sound, and you can hear it in most of my big band videos. Just a great snare drum. And of course, it has the two 16 by 16 floor toms. Again, they're made of 5-ply maple shells, which was standard in '77. And of course, you can see that beautiful marine pearl finish with that bluish tint to it. And let me show you a view from the back here. And the cymbals I'm using, they're all Zildjians from the late 70s, early 80s, 18-inch thin crash. Of course, we got the 6-inch splash, and this particular arm has got the Zildjian cymbal snaps right here, and you don't see those very much. The cymbal snaps, got it right here. Let me show you a demonstration of how that works. Just like this. So it's very easy to put it on and off. There we go. And this is the back view. And now this particular hi-hat pedal is called the Dynamo, and this is the newer version. This is when Gibson, who currently owns the rights to Slingerland, they made this particular model around the year 2005, and it has the exact same footboard design on the 70s Slingerland Dynamo model. Just a great hi-hat pedal, and you can adjust the angle of the footboard. Of course, you can change the tension, and the angle of the footboard also swivels back and forth. And this particular model was made by the Gibson era Slingerland. And this over here, the foot pedal I'm using, is also a Gibson era Temple King model with a strap. I always liked the strap model, and of course they modeled this after the Temple King that Slingerland made for a long time, starting in the 60s. And of course, you gotta have the throne. There's the throne. And the cymbals, this one is a 20-inch heavy ride, which is good for riding over the brass and a big band. This cymbal is a 18-inch thin, like I said, 6-inch splash, 20-inch heavy ride, and an 18-inch medium thin. And of course the switch knocker. All the heads have the smooth white heads for that big wide open tone. And there you go. This is the Slingerland Buddy Rich 80-in drum kit. 1977 model with the rare 14 by 26-inch bass drum. Like I said, if you want to see me play this exact drum kit with my big band, just go on YouTube and look up Love for Sale Slingerland 26-inch bass drum, and you will hear this exact kit. And these drums are a part of drum history. Just a classic drum set for big band music. And it has that classic look, but most importantly is the sound. And there you go. I had a lot of requests asking for a close-up of these drums, and hope you enjoyed the video. This is Ken Loomer, and please check out all my videos, especially the big band, which is playing all the time here in Florida.